A very good evening and welcome to Super Division League. Here we are live from Bengaluru for another exciting encounter of the KSFA Super Division League. We have Bharat Bengaluru FC taking on MEG FC. Of course, the season is coming to an end. 16th game for each side. They've not had the best of the seasons, but hey, every game is a new opportunity to start afresh and give a better account of themselves. Not everything is doom and gloom for these sides. There is hope for the future. MEG and Centre FC sitting in 11th position, taking on Bharat Bengaluru FC that is struck at right at the bottom of the table with just 3 points to the name. It's been a disappointing campaign for them. Only one victory to their name and nothing else. No draws, all defeats, nothing in between for them. They would certainly love to get another point today against the 11th place team. All the players doing their pre-match stretchings and getting to speed. Let's hope we get a clean and delightful game of football here on the brink of the kickoff. Referee setting up his final checks. And here we go in Bengaluru. Attacking from left to right of your screen in yellow and red stripes, Bharat Bengaluru FC. And attacking from right to left of your screen in red and black shorts, MEG and Centre FC. There goes an early cross. The defense alert to the situation, but still we have a loose ball in the box. Striker trying his best to get on the end of it. It will be the goalkeeper's ball getting involved for the first time. Now with this free kick, they have a chance to progress the ball down the field. How far can they go is the question. Goals have been extremely shy for this side. Can they find one more? Bharat Bengaluru FC with just 7 goals in this tournament. In 15 games played, that is less than half a goal a game. It is a terrible outlook, and they've conceded the most. They are technically the worst defense in the league numbers wise. 47 conceded. 3 more today, and they'd be the first side to hit 50 this season. On the other side, MEG have had a controlled season, just 24 goals scored, but 26 conceded, just 2 more than they've scored. The free kick gets deflected. The goalkeeper is the favorite. He parries it awkwardly. That was under duress, according to the referee, who awards a free kick to Bharat Bengaluru. Beg your pardon, to MEG FC. Trying to get the knock on for a striker. Long ball is the way early on for BBFC. That's a superb fight. The winger gives us everything to get on the end of it. Has support arriving from the fullback, but goes for a stationary cross. That's a poor choice. Didn't try to create separation, didn't try to get momentum. Just hung it in the air of getting something. MEG on the ball now. Could see the difference in the build-up patterns. MEG trying to do it slowly and on the ground, whereas Bharat Bengaluru are opting for a more direct route, trying to surpass the midfield, bypass the midfield, and go long. Try to play towards the left wing. The defender's first touch almost gave an opportunity. Pressure coming from MEG. The player did well, but his heavy touch gives an opportunity. The shot parried by the goalkeeper, and luckily, no striker is nearby to pounce on that. Warning signs for Bharat Bengaluru. Their defense cannot play out from the back naively and get away. This MEG side is capable of pressing high. That's what we just saw there, almost resulting in a goal for them. That's a heavy challenge, but the referee deems it as a fair one as MEG keep the ball in the middle of the pitch. That is lags there. Didn't see the player coming in from behind, and it might be a mini opportunity that could turning into something fruitful. Goes for shot from distance, hits the crossbar. Well, both sides coming close to scoring. It's all happening here. Chances in quick succession for either side, and it could have been 1-0 so easily. Both sides showcasing their threat from turnovers, quickly flying from one end to the other. Chops onto his right foot, tries to send the cross, kept alive at the far post. That's a gentle touch from the winger, tries to daftly lay it off towards the striker. Well, we have a chance to breathe. Throw in at the end of it all. Still in an attacking position. A short throw in, not the customary long ones. We're getting slowly accustomed to even from top teams. Trying to play 1-2s in that tight corner. A cheeky little attempt there of a back flick pass. The ball going straight out of play. Wow, that's a poor giveaway. Under no pressure, but the striker just about keeping it alive for MEG. Well intercepted in the middle of the park, Bharat Bengaluru. This is an area of concern for them, losing track of the ball in crucial areas. But this game, they've already led to a shot from an error. Hoping to play out better this time on the right flank. Asking for them to go long. There goes the eventual long pass. The flag will stay out, and the winger has a chance to take on the fullback. Denied first time. But there is the cross. It is a decent one. The goalkeeper comes out a long way and he parries it. There is still a chance. Can they get the shot away? Just whatever he got on the ball, it was enough for him to go all the way back. Bharat Bengaluru. A sharp start. This is for them in attack, but they have a player down. Winger tried to take on the fullback. It was a heavy contact, but not worth of a penalty. It was a fair tackle, deemed the referee. Now he's still reeling in the aftermath of the tackle. Tries to play it down the wing. Couple of defensive interventions later, we are away as MEG tries to get on the attack. Fair tackle there, nothing but a throw-in, says the referee. Dancing through the challenges, but the pass had to be better than that. Try to spread it down the wing. The idea was right, but the intention, the execution, beg your pardon, was awful there. And now a free kick for me. The referee not happy with something inside the box, lets the players know. Bharat Bengaluru desperately trying to steal the ball. Now at the end of the action, we have a goal kick to resume with for Bharat Bengaluru. Intercepted in the middle. The ball bouncing around deviously. That's a dangerous injury concern. The player down, clutching his hamstring perhaps. Calling for referee's help immediately. A huge chunk of stoppage in play there. Trying to use his skills to buy some time. Gets to the byline almost, sends a cross in, but the defense and double deflection helps the case of Bharat Bengaluru. With his back to goal, the striker tried to place wingers into play, but under pressure, keeps the ball out. Decent momentum for MEG building down the left, with the referee spotting the infringement, eagle-eyed. To be fair, the players were helping him out as well. As soon as the ball went out, there were appeals. Well, certainly today, at least in the opening quarter of an hour, Bharat Bengaluru do not look anywhere like they have been at the rock bottom of the table. Remember, they came so close to snatching a point the other day. Now the loose bouncing ball inside the box. The defender showing great strength and will to keep the ball out of play. Well, perhaps this time they're going down the long route. There is scope, the ad boards a bit further, and there goes the player launching his rocket arm into the box, flick towards the goal, chaos, and the goalkeeper makes a fantastic save. The rebound couldn't be turned towards the back of the net. What a save that was! Clever move, a long throw in flick towards goal, and the subsequent header. The goalkeeper just tipped it out as Mike failed to take the rebound. Now another shot from distance. It will fall kindly for the striker. The flag stays down. There goes the cutback. Cleared by the defense. A hectic minute of play inside Bharat Bengaluru's box. And they have a corner at the end of it all. Incredible attacking, isn't it? Plenty of height on the in swinger. I think Meg would rather prefer a throw in now instead of a corner because from that throw in, they almost open the scoring. The ball luckily breaks for him. Has a runner in the middle, but he just cannot get his head up and find that pass. After a fast start, both sides more than had great chances to take the lead. Possession easily won back by Meg. Tries to split it towards the right flank. The defender read it, but he cannot just keep the ball at his feet. Some storm building down the right. The defense had to be alert to keep it out. Now the players losing communication for a bit. The striker was ready to run onto it, wanted it to be played into space, but the player played it to his feet. A chance to thread the ball, has plenty of space, fires it perfectly towards the left wing. Can he find the right cross? But straight at the goalkeeper. The delivery has to be better than that. He had no man closing him down. He had a couple of red shirts in the box as well. Under no pressure. That is a terrible delivery. Simply we have to be better than that. Both the defenders trying their everything to keep it. Can he lay it off towards the right wing? Gently nudges it. Now the cutback once again aimed at a yellow shirt. They're defending their box in numbers. You cannot take that away from Bharat Bengaluru. They just don't want to be beaten today. Showing great grit and determination. This is an outswinging corner. Plenty of height on it. They have a chance to reload it with Bharat Bengaluru defending their lines well. Yet again at the far post, both the defenders doubled down. They had to get something on it. Now, after trickery, somehow gets on the end of it. It's a corner for Bharat Bengaluru. They're physio heading onto the pitch to take the injured player out for a little treatment. And an uncharacteristic slip there allows MEG to steal possession. Marching down the right wing, the fullback showing great determination to win the ball. But he cannot get closer towards that. A cross that's lashed out at defense and is met with an equal response. Another opportunity. The far post is not defended, but luckily the flag goes up in Bharat Bengaluru's favor. You could always check the near post, the near side of your screen. There is a runner willing to run in behind. It's only a matter of MEG getting their heads up and finding the right cross there, isn't it? Once again, the defender having to be alert, but they're not helping themselves, giving the ball away for fun. From the right, slides out to meet it to concede a corner. Yet another injury concern in the center of the pitch. The striker of Bharat Bengaluru FC going down in some pain. It will resume now with a corner to Meg. An outswinger. Look at the tussle going on at in and around the penalty area. There goes the cross. The defender tries to hoist it up. And luckily, an infringement is spotted by the referee. There's the ball given away. The layoff. Way too heavy. Could you believe it? They're presenting gifts. Bharat Bengaluru, after a strong start, suddenly have become so generous for some reason as they give the ball away to the opposition. Yet again, this is very poor from the side at the bottom of the table. Going for goal from distance, that is a valiant effort, if you could say, keeping it on target. But in other words, it's pointless. The goalkeeper was well on his line. He had it covered. Just took a pop for no reason. Increasing the pressure as we approach the halftime whistle, the half an hour mark, beg your pardon. Intricate play on the edge of the box, trying to break down the yellow wall. They have stationed 6 to 7 members on the edge, but still there is space down the right flank, down the left flank. But all he could do was manage to hoist across. That goes out for a goal kick. Need to be clinical with the ball. The cooling break presents an opportunity for the players to take a breather, and so for us. Teasing delivery played into the box. He was just a whisker away from getting his head on it. Knocking on the door hard now. Bengaluru have to be careful. The positive start of whatever I said that they're not playing like the 19th team they are right now. It is all faded away. They're giving the ball away for fun. They're somehow being bailed by the missing shooting boots of Meg and some desperate last. Yet again, another cross that goes nowhere for them. Got his leg up to awkwardly send the ball bouncing around. The defender might just win the race to keep the ball in, but he's happy to let it slide for a goal kick. The defender reading it to perfection as he pinches the ball away and sets his side up on attack. The midfield of Bharat Bengaluru severely lacking. Clever move there, almost the give and go working. What a fantastic sequence that was. Gave it in, gently nudged it towards the byline, but the winger was inches away from getting on the end of it. Once again, look at the spaces, how easily they're finding the combinations. And this time the cross, it has to go in. Plenty of space afforded, acres of space, and so much time for the players to pick their spots. This is bound to happen. They have been knocking and pounding on the door, and finally they break it open. MEG FC take the lead. Bharat Bengaluru's good start evaporated into a thing of nothing as they fall behind yet again, conceding their 48th goal of the tournament. I was talking about how lax the midfield was, of how there was a lack of pressure, and how the runners at the near side of your screen were making a difference. And it materialized. So easy that was. And they're so eager to make it 2-0 just minutes afterwards, aren't they? Bharat Bengaluru trying to grab an equalizer. Now another cross. The goalkeeper giving his all to parry it away, and all he does is concede another corner. Crossing has been hit and miss for them. The one that worked resulted in a goal. They have had multiple crosses. What can they do with this corner? Skimmed at the top. And now towards the edge of the box. What a block that was. The defender surely preventing a second goal from going in. A brilliant block. Now headed towards the goal. Looped and looped until it just trickled out. Tried to gamble and win the ball. It worked well for him by keeping the ball in their own half. It won't last for long as they immediately advance into the opposition half. Why not, given the spaces and the time they're having? Tries to get away from the defender. It is a heavy touch, but the final touch has come off the defender. Now look at the great curl on that. The defender got his head there. Keeper just tipped it over for another corner. Taken shortly this time. They've had an abundance of corners. This time tried to do something different. Parried by the goalkeeper. The rebound was begging to be put in. But from 6 yards out, he somehow skies his volley. MEG having plenty of spaces to run the show in the opposition half yet. Bharat Bengaluru treating the ball like a hot potato, just kicking it anywhere and everywhere, unable to get a sense of cohesion into their game. The goalkeeper under pressure, Tried to show off his footwork, but ultimately had to get rid of the ball there. Now that's a fantastic idea there. Try to slip the striker in, just a tad behind him. Decent link up play shown there into the final 5 minutes. A 1-2 pass around the corner, a chance to test the fullback, but the starting position so great that he is happy to concede a corner. Frantic attempt to grab an equalizer. Trying to end the half on a positive note. The goalkeeper under pressure, but says no problem and thank you as he claims it before setting us his side on a decent attack. The defender knocking it back for his own side to win it. Bharat Bengaluru started the half brightly. They had their promising movements, hit the crossbar, and then the keeper pulled off two brilliant saves before they played themselves into trouble. They lost the plot suddenly, stopped marking players in the middle of the pitch. The midfield failed to track back efficiently, gave plenty of time and space to MEG FC. They took one such opportunity to fire a cross in and score from that. Becoming all too easy for them as they have another corner now. Lost track of the number of corners they had to take. We're making an educated guess. We could have certainly seen some 10 to 15 corners, but none of them were used right. Can this be the one? No is the answer again, as it gets sent out for another corner. Entering the added time. Now the cross dangerously close to everyone. The defender getting something on it to glance it beyond. Third time lucky perhaps. Short corner taken. Cleared at the far post. Trying to keep the ball alive. It will fall kindly for Meg, and the shot should be an easy save for the goalkeeper. 2 minutes of added time, almost halfway past that. And outside of the boot pass, quite ambitious, you have to say. Not working in the same way that he expected it to. Now look at the timing of that run and how easy that was. The defender lost for bearings, has a passing option that he can find, and he gets taken down. Could be a first booking if the referee deems so. A little bit of lenience shown, and the players know that they've almost got into the halftime whistle. A chance for Bharat Bengaluru perhaps to pour everyone forward. I'm sure that this will be the last attacking move of the half. So why not get a ball towards the box and cause some mischief? He started slow, had an opportunity, and could have almost gone down 1-0. But then the crossbar came to their rescue. They held their fort before finding plenty of joy with crossing in the second part of the first half. They crossed and crossed to success as they opened the scoring. Bharat Bengaluru FC staring at a record 15th defeat in the tournament until and unless they produce a massive turnaround in the second half. Do we have for it on our hands? We will find out as the halftime score reads MEG 1, BBFC nil. Welcome back to the second half action. 15 minutes of little thought process and some changes to do for both sides. For one side, it is pretty simple. For the other, it's a matter of survival. How far can they go is the big question we've got now. Can Bharat Bengaluru secure just one more point before the season ends? It is, let me remind you, a 1 point game, so they will be hopeful. Attacking now from left to right of your screen in red and black, a MEG FC, and attacking from right to left of your screen in yellow and red stripes, a Bharat Bengaluru, the basement boys. Throwing down the flank, intercepted. The loose pass is not helping Bharat Bengaluru's cause. Here's an opportunity. It's a 1v4 support arriving. Look at the yellow shirts pouring forward. Can they find a right pass? But a back pass certainly takes the sting out of the attack. Bharat Bengaluru still hopeful. And the pass was offside, says the linesman, who was doing his duty to perfection. He wins the tall chase, sends the cross first time. Defender heads it clear, but on the edge of the box. The goalkeeper come out, but luckily not punished. I think the goalkeeper was too hasty on that occasion, trying to chase the striker down. If you remember the first half, Bharat Bengaluru made a bright start to life. This is similar to how they've been played in the first half. They showed glimpses, they even hit the crossbar. They've started the second half in the same manner in which they've started the first. But the thing is, can they carry on this intensity? The loss of concentration has been a huge problem for them. They just need to keep their focus up. And MEG are particularly experts in helping a team take their focus off the game. They just keep the ball for so long. The goalkeeper, did he get fingertips on that? Yes is the answer. That counts as a great save. A slide rule ball down the right wing, gets his foot to it. And that's what they say. Finish across the face of the goal. Did everything according to the textbook, but on that occasion, not working in his favor though. Plenty of height and distance. The goalkeeper. Now this corner takes a couple of bounces before it gets lodged in. That's a great leap from the striker, a towering header. But sadly, there was no accuracy on that. Meg trying to slow down the things. It's a three-pronged press from Bharat Bengaluru. They have hunted him well. Now, with the possession they won, what can they do? An easy pass available on the right wing. It will be sought. Tayman to an attack there. Bharat Bengaluru striving to be the masters of their own downfall, giving the ball away in dangerous areas. On this occasion, they got away with one. But still, there is pressure from Meg. A fair tackle, winning the ball in a tight corner for his side, crucially intervened. Well taken into the stride. Defense trying to drive out with the ball at the feet. But that's lack of communication. That is how moves break down, and that is how it could get costly. Lace it towards the left. There goes the shot. The defender reads it well to drive it out for a corner. That is ridiculously poor there. The players, especially after playing for so long, have to be on the same wavelength. You just cannot keep giving the ball away. Double substitution for Bharat. Bengaluru not going according to the plan, and the coach is not afraid to rip the script up and write a new one. Two changes just 10 minutes into the second half. He probably had a different picture of the second half in mind. It didn't work out, and he just hits the switch right away. Shot from distance, the goalkeeper safely escorts it out. How about that? The referee looked like it let it slide, but he was positioned in a rightful position to see the offense. He's happy, asking for a free kick. And the players, no complaints from them either. Cross floated, kept alive at the far post. The defender turns into pressure. He can get away there as he slows the clearance out. Luckily, Bharat Bengaluru have the ball back. This is a fast break. The defender showing great recovery pace to get to the right side of the striker. This is brilliant defending. Perhaps was the flag up. The defender has seen a bit of the ball, and that was all he needed to step in and pinch it away. Spread towards the left wing. On the other mark, MEG trying to double their advantage. Perhaps the second goal would be the insurance they would love. Trying to send across, too much power on it, and it wouldn't have counted even if that was kept in. Offside, says the referee. Here's a chance, but the centre back, courtesy of a greater starting position, he steps out when needed and calmly whacks it away. It should be miles offside, and he is comfortably offside there. Meg trying to slip between the spaces. Great footwork there. Chopping it towards the right flank. There is always a question of flag going up, but the referee says no. Good coverage from the winger coming to the aid of his fullback. It will be a corner nonetheless. There goes another searching delivery from the far post headed in. That will hit the side netting. And the players have just bumped into each other, are looking wounded. A double substitution for Meg and a single one, which is the third one for Bharat Bengaluru. After the hour mark, both sides hitting the switch. Meg will be happy. They will be comfortable to change things up. On the right side now, needs a successful cross. There are 4 to 5 red shirts waiting in the middle to pounce. That's a great header, but looped and allowing the defender to clear. This could be the one break that Bharat Bengaluru are desperately waiting for, but it will not fall their way as Meg send another cross. Plenty of time for him to pick his spot, and he goes for goal. It should be tapped from close range. Did the flag go up? Yes, says the referee. I think the player knew it. His celebrations were always cutting short. He was nervously checking over his shoulder and asking his teammates. They are caught offside. And that sums up the day. Bharat Bengaluru wanted to take a quick free kick to restart the play. And all they did was fire it straight to the opposition. Another giant throw in, flick beyond. The defense taking no risks as they clear the lines. Might sweep up once again. Now, the 1v1, the rebound header is surely in. This time there's no flag denying him. It is the same striker who came on as a super sub, was denied by the flag moments ago, and this time there is no denying it. It was a great save the first time, but the second time the ball went into the sky so nicely for him to tap it into the net with his head. Bharat Bengaluru FC down and out. This might just put the final nail in the coffin as they seal their 15th defeat of the season. You're not hearing it wrong, neither am I saying it wrong. It is, of course, their 15th defeat of the season, and they played 16 games. It just tells you how the season is going so far. Silky down the left wing, and the goal gaping again, only for the defense to scramble it out. Look how easy they're getting the headers, and it is three. Could you believe it? This is turning out into men versus boys real soon. Well, the corners, there were plenty of it in the first half. They didn't count. And now in the second half, it's just all too easy for Meg. Won the first corner, it hit the crossbar, the rebound fell kindly, and another header turned in so easily. Incredibly easy this is for Meg as well. Every time Bharat Bengaluru concede, I'm bound to give you a sad stat. This is their 50th goal conceded in the tournament, the first side to an unwanted milestone. 50 goals conceded and only 7 scored. Sums up everything that is wrong with this side. 16 games, 50 goals, that is averaging 3 a game. So damaging for the players to keep going after that. They need a change in management, a change of personnel, a change at every level of the club to ensure that they get back to competitive ways forward. Looking to pull the trigger from outside. Just a bit high there. Could be offside, but the player just keeps on going. The flag does not go up. There's a chance to grab a consolation, but he cannot fire a shot through the red wall of MEG. The player is so cool, so composed, so casual. You could literally look at the difference. And that said, let me remind you, MEG are 11th in the table as well. It's not like they are setting the world on fire and are fighting for top four title. A team in 11th place is doing this to Bharat Bengaluru. You cannot even imagine what happens when they play the likes of Kickstart or Bengaluru United FC. Laid off towards the edge of the box. And that is another depiction of their season. Instead of shooting, he falls straight over, leading to a 3v4 that ends with a terrible pass from the attacking midfielder of MEG. Now from one end to the other. This time, can he fire it towards the goal? Not a million miles away. Basketball matches are perhaps something that Bengaluru will enjoy right now. Short cooling break as we approach the final full-time whistle that's fast running towards us. It has been a straightforward outing. No surprises in the script. No surprise stars saving the day. It is the favorite making it one-way traffic against the underdog. And the underdog is simply unable to get back to their feet. Tries to fire across towards the right flank. There was a chance momentarily, but it went away. Once again, Meg on the left wing. There is space. There is chance to be played in. The referee plays advantage. Can they get the fourth goal? The goalkeeper, he's the favorite to get there. Threaded into the middle. Slips away from challenges. Look at him go, but one touch becomes too many as the defense saw where he was going and closed it out. But the referee, well, he thought there was excessive force in the tackle as he awards a free kick. Well, I thought that was fair and square. Perhaps he saw something that we didn't. This free kick, the goalkeeper must be the favorite. The defense gets it away before it even gets to him. Another shot from distance. Did he get a fingertip to it? That was so close, wasn't it? More opportunities to break on the right hand side. Look at the defense being split out of position, the ball down the line. Needed a bit of nuance. The goalkeeper came out, was glad to escort it out. Another substitution there. Gliding through the challenges, but under no pressure. The striker takes a tumble. I think it'd be embarrassed to look back at it. Try to let it slide past him. The opposition defense read it, but not as well as they expected it to, as MEG still retained possession and fired it towards the left flank. Runners arriving at the edge of the box. Has a lot of time to go for it, but the defense just about blocking the effort. Sending it down the wing. It's a matter of burning the pace. The centre back sits down. I think that should be a foul. It looked like it took out the player as well, but the referee deems that sufficient ball was won for it to be sliding through. Substitute with his energy causing problems. Bharat Bengaluru trying to play it around the corners with 1-2 passes. Can he take on the fullback? Tries to cut in too early. Chops in and out. That's a lunging tackle. He was taking none of it. Dribble in, dribble out, but he has eyes on the ball. He will go for the slide to win the ball. An injury in goal for MEG. The goalkeeper has rarely been used. Suddenly, the impact of jumping out of the blue has caught him by surprise, perhaps. Now, whatever the time is lost here, we will be sure that it will be added to the extra time as injury time. But I believe the referees would be asking the question of what is the point because the contest is long done. It's settled. There will be no late twists. Whatever Bharat Bengaluru tries to get now, I think it'll be something of a consolation and nothing else more than that. And it could get even worse for them before the full time whistle. Attacking with intent from the edge of the box. The goalkeeper has to be the favorite for that. And he is. Defense not in a hurry. Approaching the full time whistle. They're slowly taking their time. Offside call there. Bharat Bengaluru still trying to go for the consolation. The goalkeeper's fingertips denying them. Oh, no, it is a goal kick, says the referee. Look at them play calm football in the 88th minute. An easy layoff down the left appears for them. Can they find a cross in? A late corner. One of them has worked in the second half. They take a shot. Look at the intent. Bharat Bengaluru's players have given up. They're slow to get to everything. It might get ugly, but the cross, thankfully, stays out of play. The teasing ball left the defense wondering where the ball was for a minute. Finds his footing from the edge of the box, tries to fire one. Impossible, that is. Into the added time. There won't be much time left, but there is still time for some damage to be done. As luckily, Bharat Bengaluru get away from that sticky situation. The defense taking no risks, trying to keep the ball. It will be a well-deserved clean sheet. Of course, the crossbar came to their aid, but the goalkeeper had his moments where he had to make some saves. Bharat Bengaluru, it's another defeat in a long and terrible season. I don't think this season could be topped by any other terrible seasons for any club. Is there a fantastic fourth goal in there? No, says the defender as he kindly deflects it towards the goalkeeper. The referee blows his whistle. Is that a back pass? Do we have an indirect free kick? Well, what drama in the 92nd minute. Just when we thought anything exciting couldn't happen in this game anymore, We have an indirect free kick. Well, I thought it was just trying to cushion it towards the goalkeeper. That wasn't a clearance, was it? He had the cross. He tried to just play towards the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper unsuspectingly picks the ball up, and that is enough reason for the referee to award an indirect free kick inside the box. It's a great shooting angle. Now, do we have a fourth goal to finish off this contest? A touch, and there goes the finish. That's a beautiful finish. Curls it into the top right corner. And nothing signifies, nothing symbolizes Bharat Bengaluru FC season than this. Mistake after mistake, lapse after lapse in the back line. And how good was that? Just laid off into his path, curls it beautifully towards the top right corner in the 3rd minute of added time. And the players are disappointed. They're not even having the spirits to argue with the referee. This is a broken moment for the club. They're absolutely devastated. As we hit the 4th minute of added time, I think they'll be craving for that full-time whistle. And the referee brings the contest to an end. That will pretty much the indirect free kick, and the goal will pretty much be the final action. It's a 4-star performance from MEG. Kept the opposition at bay, entered the game as favourites, took out the result. But let me tell you, despite the result, they won't be moving places. They'll be happy sitting in the 11th. But more importantly, they have picked up their 5th win to go with 6 draws and 5 defeats. They enter positive goal difference with 28 goals scored and 26 conceded. Bharat Bengaluru, on the other hand, a shocking 15th defeat of the season and only 1 win for them. 7 goals scored, 51 conceded. A season that is in the lowest of lowest ebbs. When will the turnaround start? The harsh questions need to be asked from the top down. As the referee brings this contest to a clash, to a close, the full-time score reads MEG FC 4, Bharat Bengaluru FC 0. Do not go anywhere. We will bring all the live action from Monday. It ends MEG 4, Bharat Bengaluru FC 0.